Tragedy in Tustin. A woman is killed when Santa Ana winds send a tree crashing down on her car. Hello, everyone. I'm Juan Fernandez.
And I'm Crystal Cruz. Trees have taken down by gale-force winds. The winds also knocked out power to thousands of people.
SoCal Edison has more than 35,000 outages in LA County alone. Most of them are scattered, but more than 1,000 customers lost power in La Cañada, Flint Ridge, Claremont, and Monrovia. LADWP says about 8,900 customers lost power. The most affected areas were Mar Vista, Valley Village, and Canoga Park.
And in Orange County, more than 18,000 customers lost power. The winds there took a deadly toll. KCAL 9 Orange County reporter Michelle Geely.
Check.
She's live in Tustin now with what happened. Hi, Michelle.
Hi there. A neighbor ran up to the woman's car and took her pulse after this 40-foot high tree mangled her car, but she was gone. Officials say the woman was pulling out of the carport when the tree came down. Emergency crews tried to save a woman crushed in her car by a massive eucalyptus tree that fell at the Waterstone Garden Apartments in Tustin. But by the time they got to her, pinned in the driver's seat, she had died. The coroner says she is 34-year-old Danette Burmas. Danny McCabe tells me he'd wished her a good morning as he walked his dog. Then seconds later, he heard the tree snap.
And I turned around, I saw the tree fall. I put my dog away, instantly came out and saw all the power lines down. And I told everybody to stay away. Let's call 911, we went to the office, and that was it. And I came back and this other lady saw that there's a lady in there, and I checked for a pulse and there was none.
Also in Tustin, the dangerous wind led to the injury of an 80-year-old woman. A 10-foot tall palm tree uprooted, knocking the victim off her feet on her front porch. Firefighters took her to the hospital.
We have multiple calls for trees down, wires down, specifically in the city of Tustin and Santa Ana, all above ground wires. So that's our main focus right now. That's where we're getting most of our calls.
The winds howled across Orange County all day. In Cabrillo Park in Santa Ana, trimmers were too busy to get to this downed tree. Across the street, caution tape blocked off part of the neighborhood where a power pole leaned precariously. The wind blew down fences, tossed trash cans, and blew piles and piles of leaves off the trees. And back here at the deadly scene in Tustin, you can tell that this eucalyptus practically cut that Toyota in two. The victim lived in the building right behind me here. We knocked on the door. Her relatives, of course, too distraught to talk. That's the latest live in Tustin. I'm Michelle Geely. Back to you.
All right, Michelle, thank you. KCAL 9 Inland Empire reporter Tina Patel continues our live team coverage now in Ontario, where the rush is on to clear fallen trees while the winds have died down. Tina?
Well, Southern California Edison had actually warned customers they may proactively turn off the power in areas of the county that were at high risk for fire. They have not had to do that yet today, but they have been busy trying to restore power to the thousands of people who lost it. Donna Marasco got a little worried when she saw a fire truck pull into her Mira Loma neighborhood. She runs a riding center and she wanted to make sure her animals weren't in any danger.
We have an evacuation plan, but we just want to stay one step ahead. So if we see a fire truck when it's windy like this, we want to make sure.
There was no fire, but crews were closing streets and trying to secure the area after several trees came down, knocking out power and phone lines.
I just finished cleaning my yard actually and looked out, trees everywhere, branches everywhere.
No major damage or injuries have been reported in the Inland Empire today, but crews have been busy trying to clear all the trees that have come down, keeping people away from live wires and restoring power, and also making sure that traffic is moving. Not only have the gusty winds and blowing dirt created poor visibility on the roadways, several big rigs have also gotten into accidents. This one toppled over on the 6015 interchange in Riverside County. Caltrans is asking drivers of high-profile vehicles to slow down or stay off the roads, especially if they have light loads. They're hoping the winds will die down soon, so are homeowners in the area.
I think we're on notice, and we want to stay aware, definitely.
Me, I'm good, but the kids pretty terrified. They don't like the wind at all.
Yeah.
All through the night, you hear the house creaking and stuff. It's pretty crazy out here.
Even people who live in this area and are used to high winds say today has been especially bad. They are hoping that things will start to calm down as we go into the evening hours. That's the latest in Ontario. We'll send it back to you in the studio.